I have a quote, and I'm going to see if you can tell me who wrote this quote. But if you already know it, you're disqualified.
Oh,
Okay, here's the quote. A, hu-
Jeff.
a human being is a part of the whole, called by us the universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thought and feelings, as something separate from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of consciousness.
thank you.
This delusion is a prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening the circle of our understanding and compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty.
I know.
Oh, no, but if you know, you can't.
Albert Einstein.
Oh,
Oh, no.
you were supposed to be disqualified if
What are you talking about?
you had to think about it, but you knew it from before. But isn't that incredible?
No, I didn't know from before.
Oh, you did. So you got that. Very good. What an incredible thing for a
I'm sorry, Jeff. I
No,
blew
that's
it.
okay.
You're gay. I blew your gay.
A mathematician.
Yeah, incredible. I mean,
You know, he couldn't find he didn't remember his address. He had to write he had his address pinned inside of his.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right.
It's just like, I don't know where I live, but I know everything.
Smartest man in the world couldn't find his address.
You know,
Jeff, what was the answer?
He's rather childlike.
What was the answer?
it was Albert Einstein.
Oh, thank you.
You know,
Jeff, nobody heard me. Only you.
oh,
No, we only heard you.
Oh.
The best quote I ever heard is, after all is said and done, more is said than done.
no.
What?
Much is said and nothing is done.
All is said, more is said and done.
Orion,
That's
can
the
you
best
say
quote
that
in
again?
America.
Orion, can you say that again, please?
After all is said and done, more is said than done.
More is done. Oh, that's a good
Think about that.
Yeah.
one.
That's my gift to you for today.
Oh, good.
I like what Baba says. Baba says, I'm the maker, the creator, the provider, and the protector. I'll never forget that one.
That is nice.
That's the best line. I'm the maker, the creator, the provider, and the protector. What else do you want? You're fully covered. Unbelievable.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Hey, everybody. Angela's concert's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Big
I'm going to get my VIP seat tomorrow.
11 o'clock.
Jay Baba.
So, Jeff, what do you have for us today?
I've got to go. J Bob, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye, Betty.
Yeah, see you, Betty.
Bye, Papa.
Oh, this was the.
Dave, you can stay.
You have to do dishes.
I got to go too.
Just kidding.
Anybody have a something that happened, very touching thing that happened, or Bob a dream recently, or anything like that?
Today was my birthday, and Baba gave me the biggest birthday gift I ever had in my life. So help me, Baba, and I know it's from Baba. I just like to remain anonymous, but there is no doubt in my mind. I've never had this kind of a gift in my life. So help me, God.
What is it?
Birthday.
I can't say it. It's sunnier than the sun.
Happy birthday, Orion.
Happy
Very much.
birthday.
Todas Mubarak.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Merci, Khayli Mamnoon. Thank you so much.
Birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Thank you.
Happy
Birthday,
dear
All
Orion.
right.
happy birthday
To
to
you.
Feel
Jai
touched.
Baba.
I feel touched beyond expression. Thanks you all for your love and devotion to making this community what it is today. There's nothing but love here.
You're here. Jai Baba.
We need to tell Angela that we need a birthday calendar for the Zoom RT.
Jeremy, when is your birthday?
Did I sing a song?
Are you good?
It was June 27th.
Oh, really?
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
A month late.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know.
Literally a month ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Baba.
Good.
Alan said that was his dad's birthday. Did you want me to say that out loud?
Dave wants to sing a song.
Yeah,
Yes, please.
go for it, Dave. Yeah.
Jai Baba to all good night.
It's a short one, and I would like to send it to Paula. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams keep high and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Hey, Baba.
Hey, Baba. Thank you, Dave.
Beautiful, Dave.
Lovely.
Hey, Papa.
What about you, Jeremy? You got anything up your sleeve there?
I
How about another song like last night?
I think that's gonna have to wait for another day. But I don't know. Something funny happened today. I was watching. There's this TV show on Netflix called Queer Eye. Have you guys heard of this?
Yes.
Anyway, it's kind of a silly show. It's 5 gay men in their 30s go and help make over and provide support to different people. And the show, and it's a couple of years old at this point, but the show was taking place in Atlanta the first 2 seasons, and but it touches on a lot regarding religion, and a lot of the people that they are their subjects in the show are fairly religious, and obviously for gay people there's a lot of fraught relationship with the church, and so I always felt like it's sort of like Baba's work is happening there, because it's like gay people and mostly straight people talking about their relationships to religion and God, and how it hasn't always been simple for them. Anyway, so I kind of felt like a little bit of Baba was in this show. And then today I was watching one episode, and all of the people like went to Chai Pani in the show, which I thought was just really awesome. And I'm sure none of them knew about Baba, but it was just cool to see them in this space that is run by a Baba lover. But that's it. I thought it was kind of fun.
Yeah. You mean, and there's a Chai Pani in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I guess in Decatur, which is
Yeah.
near in Atlanta or part of Atlanta. I don't know. I've never been. Yeah.
It's a northern
Best
suburb.
show ever.
Very nice town.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michelle, I talked over you. What'd you say?
Oh, it's just Decatur's a nice suburb north of Atlanta. And it's a very cool. There used to be a fantastic gallery that closed, but it's a really nice little town.
And Queer Eye
Very
is the best show ever. And it's
You like
so
it, Adrian?
uplifting. Yeah, it's like so uplifting and inspiring, and just feel Baba all over it. It's so great.
I agree.
I love that program, Jeremy. I love it.
Yeah.
We're crazy
And they're
about
really loving and they're understanding and they're helping people and they're opening up the boxes of prejudice. I mean, it's so inspiring. I love it. It's fun.
Yeah, and I felt like the first time around, you know, because it was on when I was a teenager, and I felt like it was more like playing into the stereotypes of what it is to be gay, and I don't really feel that way anymore.
No, it took another conscious step up. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
It's
Yeah.
so sad. One of the women, I don't know what is happening. One of the women, Paula Roper. Oh, sorry.
Did I mute her?
I don't think that was for us.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's okay.
Yeah.
Jeff, can you send me the words to that song?
Yeah, I guess.
Is it your melody that you made?
No, a woman named Mary Santamore. But I changed the words a little bit, but it's from his book of Guzzled, and the title is In Dust I Sing. Yeah.
Well, can you record a voice memo on your phone and send it to me?
Yeah, if I'll have to. I don't have the technology, but I know somebody who could do it. Yeah.
Okay, can you do it?
Yeah, maybe when Peter and I are working on the same night.
That would
We'll
be
do it.
so awesome.
Yeah.
No pressure, but just whenever you get a chance.
Sounded like pressure to me.
Well, if you have an iPhone or Android, I mean, voice memos save your life. I've written so many songs and saved so many songs because of that.
Yeah.
It's a great tool.
You have an iPhone, Jeff?
Yeah, but I'm pretty
You're learning. You're learning.
I can show you how to use the voice memo thing.
No pressure, though.
I don't think you could.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Raise your hand if you think I can.
I think
Somebody's there with you. You can, but if somebody's there with you, you can do it easily.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm. It's just Baba and me, and Baba doesn't know anything about technology.
Just think of it as the tape recorder on your phone. There's literally a tape recorder in your phone.
Let me
You just
see,
press
let me see.
4 buttons.
It says
And then you
voice
can
memos.
Yeah, it says
Press
voice
on it.
memo.
Tom can do it. He ran away. He left. He's not coming back.
This is the kind of phone I have.
That's a good phone.
Not an iPhone.
No,
it's not.
It's an
I
Android.
don't-
Android.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know what it is, and I got these things symbols on it.
Oh, it is an iPhone. It is an iPhone.
It is an iPhone, I think so.
So
You
it's
should
got
just-
a camera.
never used it.
Have you taken any pictures, Jeff?
Oh, I haven't.
Oh,
It's got iMovie, iTunes. Is that it? iTunes?
iMovie, no.
No.
Voice memos.
Voice memo.
Voice
Hey
memo.
guys,
It'll
it's,
look like
it's an app that
sound
she has to download. It's not
No, it
on the
comes on the
iPhone.
phone.
Oh,
It comes with the
comes
phone.
with it.
Peter and I will get it.
He'll have Peter show you how to find voice memos.
Yeah. We'll do a
'Cause
recording for you.
Then you can do
Yeah.
it anytime you want.
Yeah.
And you'll find yourself becoming more and more a songwriter.
Yeah, where I
It'll happen to you.
What if I sang it again and you just recorded it?
It's recording now. Maybe Angela can just pull it off.
I want a voice, but I want my own recording. You can sing it again, but I just want it.
Yeah.
I want my own,
Yeah.
so I can really practice with it.
Yeah.
If you want, but I can also just let it go.
I hadn't played that song. I hadn't played that song in years, so
But she
it's
did give me
not
perception.
something I'm doing.
Yeah,
Love,
I
Adrian.
just, well, I just
What-
like the melody. I just need the melody and the lyrics just to
Yeah.
play along with you because it was so fun. And then I'll just,
Yeah.
and then I'll put it away and never listen to it again.
No, you should sing those words. They have deep, very deep meaning from one of Baba's mandali, you know?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But the melody is really nice.
Yeah. What about Alan? Has he got any, or Prakash, you got any loose change around?
Alan's great. Loose change.
I play with a lot of loose change. I don't know how you probably noticed me doing that. I keep coins in my pocket and keep playing with them.
Yeah.
But here is some message which I thought I can share today.
Yeah.
This is in 1946, Baba gave the following statement: a list of reasons for his contact with the musts. Okay? And it says to integrate and divert the innate forces of nature from the various units of spiritual human dynamos into one spiritual channel of regeneration of the good and sublime in humankind. So once again, let me read that because this is a little intense for me. To integrate and divert the nature of, to integrate and divert the innate forces of nature from various units of spiritual human dynamos into one spiritual channel of regeneration of the good and sublime in humankind. The process of regeneration may demand a period of remorseful transformation or partial destruction of the world. This message, Baba, this was published in Awakener, Volume 5, page 16. So I never read that before, so I thought I'll just get that. How Baba uses must in the work for
Yeah,
humanity.
he took them from the local level, he said, and channeled all their spiritual power for universal in his universal work. Otherwise, they were kind of just working in their little locality, and he kind of bumped them up to a universal level, you might say. And together they gave a great gift to the whole world.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some pocket change.
You do good. Good. Good.
Well, I just read this and I thought it was interesting. It was the I was basically reading that people on the gross plane. This is something Baba said. People on the gross plane would be like standing on the ground, for example, and someone on the sixth plane they're like 14 feet up, standing on the roof of Merazad. I think it was Merazad, and then someone on the seventh plane is like the distance between that person standing on the rooftop to the sky. And I just thought that vastness is pretty amazing. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah.
Wow, where'd you read that, Alan?
I don't remember exactly where I read
You were
that.
reading that yesterday, right?
I read it yesterday, but I don't remember where.
Was it from?
He used that before.
I think it must have been from Falahati's book.
Rustam Falahati.
Rustam.
Oh, yeah.
It was Erich said that to him.
Erich told him that Baba said that.
Yeah.
You know, Adi used to say that someone on the gross plane is drowning in 6,000 feet of water. Someone on the sixth plane is drowning in 6 inches of water. They're both drowning. They're both drowning.
Wow.
It's still in the illusion, yeah.
6,000 inches of water is really a lot.
6,000, did I say 6,000 feet of water?
That's a lot of water.
6,000 feet of water, and someone on the sixth plane is drowning in 6 inches of water, but they're both drowning.
Man.
Wow.
I think I've definitely drowned in past times. So it's bringing up a lot of negative feelings.
Well, you know, the you
Jeremy's
know,
got his
in the interior of the heart, you know, the lower level is the less greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, and all of that. And then behind that, we got the higher, you know, the higher qualities, you know, of empathy, generosity, humor, all the divine qualities. So we kind of have a choice. I mean, we hopefully have a choice to prefer the higher ones over the lower ones. But they're just there. They're sitting on the shelves. You can take down empathy, or you can reach down and pick up, you know, a bottle of scotch. You know.
Jeff,
It's hard to yeah.
Yeah, I was also reading that somebody on the mental plane basically is like when a person is because I was trying to understand like how is it that somebody who's on the mental plane or the subtle plane talking and walking around and on the gross plane and eating food, how are they doing that? And then as I had that thought, I sort of opened up the everything and the nothing and flipped to that very page, and Bob was saying that it's basically like somebody on the sixth plane is like sleep talking, like when there's imagine somebody sleep talking, they don't remember what they're saying, or they're not conscious that they're even saying all these words or moving around, but they're doing it. And I just thought that was fascinating.
Yeah, but Sundiar was on the seventh plane, right, Jeff? Sundiar?
No, he wasn't on the seventh plane, but I know Darwin felt he was on the sixth plane, Sfandiar, Rasali.
And he was walking around normal, right? He wasn't like weird.
He was walking, but one time back in 1978, I was walking by the original kitchen, and I looked in through the window into the original kitchen, and I saw the back of someone's head. And the words that came to me, that man is stopped. That man is not doing anything. That man is not going anywhere. That man is stopped. That man is not doing anything. That man is not going anywhere. And so I said, well, I wonder who it is. So I went in through the the kitchen of the original kitchen, came around the dining area, and it was Adi Keirani. So we're seeing him moving through space and time, but he's actually stopped. I mean, we're projecting.
What do you mean he stopped? He was in the moment.
He's just
in the moment.
He's in a state of being.
Oh, okay.
Even though we're saying that he's doing all sorts of things, but he's actually just there. I mean, it's like he's waving his hands and everything. Oh, wow, he's doing this. Oh, look at he's doing that, but he's not going anywhere.
It kind of reminds me of that song that Angela sings, and it goes like, do not do anything while doing anything.
Yeah. Do not do anything while doing everything.
Do not do anything while doing everything.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that was written by Bao Churi.
I thought that was written by Sidhu.
Sidhu. It was sung by Sidhu, but Bao wrote it a simple English song because Sidhu didn't speak English.
Meher Baba, the little recording. Do not do anything while doing everything. Do not do.
Yeah.
Good imitation.
And we have a great performer locally. He, what's his name? Walter Witowski does that with such fervor.
Yeah.
So good.
I miss his performance of that.
Oh, Walter, every Friday night, read a quote. And remember that piece that he and Danny and McVoy, the bucket, the hole in the bucket.
There's a hole in the bucket. Yeah.
There's a hole in the
That was so funny.
Jeff, do you hear from him? Is he all right?
Who?
Oh, yeah.
Walter.
I see him all the time in the,
I
on
haven't
the beach.
seen Walter. I mean, his wife wanted him to come up to DC, and his daughter didn't want him to take any chances.
Uh-huh.
I see him at the beach. Not lately,
So,
but
he's back. He's back. Yeah.
walking,
Okay.
walking on the Brightcliff Acres. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I have to get going because I'm really tired, but I wanted to sing something before I go. Speaking of Isfandiar, I wanted to sing a Baba Taher poem song.
Yeah.
The translation is something like this: to the thirsty ones, to the ones that are anguishing in thirst, one small sip of wine will satisfy. To the hearts that are full of love, to the ones with the hearts that are full of love, a few small words or a few words will satisfy. And then it says, like, just to catch the essence or the quality of the eyes of the beloved will be more than enough. And to the Rialza, to the ascetic one little almond is enough to satisfy.
Beautiful. Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
That was
Beautiful.
awesome.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
عالی بود واقعا.
خیلی خیلی
به دل
عالی.
نشست.
آفرین آفرین.
Was that Farsi?
Yes, pure.
Oh, wow.
Pure.
So you got.
I mean, she brings it to life, man. That was really good.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And you know, that almond, basically, as she said, it's the almond of the eye. So for the one who's suffering in the pain of love, all they need is to see the beloved's almond eyes, and that's sufficient.
Yeah.
That makes the endurance possible. Besaz, besuzo besaz. Burn and tolerate. Endure. Whoa! You got me drunk on that one.
Me too. Me too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Farin.
Me too. Everybody is drunk now.
No.
So now you can't leave. You have to sing all night. Or
Yes.
become
Bochun, Bazan Bochun.
Bechun. Yes, one more.
I can sing the other Baba Taher one that I really like.
Basha, Bechun.
Okay. I just have to remember. Hold on. I forgot the words. Sorry, I have to remember the words. I need a second. I just have to review them, then I'll be right back. Someone can.
Okay.
Come on, Jeff. Put your Persian cap on and sing us a Hafiz song.
Here's what. I've got, here's something, and I may be the only one who has this. This woman came to the center. She used to come to the center, but she never wrote anything down. And this is all that I have from her. But she was in New York as a young woman and went to some of the Monday night group meetings in the 50s. And then she moved out to either Wisconsin or Michigan, I can't remember which. And the group there in New York contacted her to say that Baba was coming, would she like to meet him in 1956. So she got permission from her husband. She was pregnant, but he allowed her to come to New York to meet Baba. Excuse me. And there were people were in the whatever, the sitting room, and Baba was inside, and people were about to have their interviews. And Baba went to Adi, and Baba spoke to Adi, and he gestured. He put his hand over his stomach, and told him to go in to get a woman to answer that description. Well, Adi thought that he was referring to a woman that was fat,
pregnant,
and he went in there, and there wasn't anybody that answered that description. So he came back in, and Baba indicated again, and he realized Baba was indicating some woman that is pregnant because she wasn't showing it. And he went out there, and I must have asked, is there someone that's pregnant? And she came, and she got the first interview in 1956. So she came in. Now, she was devoted to Jesus. And she came in, and Baba, she was worried that there was going to be some problem with this child. She was very worried. And Baba instantly said, the child will be fine. There won't be any problem. And she knew that that was the truth. So she was so relieved. I mean, she's telling me this in the refectory, at the refectory table, their dining room. And then she expressed to Baba her longing for Jesus. And Baba graciously acknowledged her feelings and added, you have made one big mistake in your spiritual life. I mean, she's just meeting him for the first time. You have made one big mistake in your spiritual life. You have put God in heaven, And until you find him in everyone you meet, your religion will always be lopsided.
Mm.
You have made one big mistake in your spiritual life. You have put God in heaven. And until you find him in everyone you meet, your religion will always be lopsided.
Wow.
And this woman, that became her path. That became her whole life. And if you were with her, when you were with her, you and she were the only ones in the universe. She had that one pointed focus on you, like Kitty, or like the Manda, like Erich. She was so focused that you really felt that she was finding the divine in you.
That's beautiful.
And that became her whole way of life. And she never wrote anything about her life, but I just happened to get this little bit of out of her there in the refectory at the dining table, and what Baba said to her.
Was that recently, or when did you speak to this woman?
Probably 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Oh.
But I wrote it down.
Did she ever eventually come to Baba? I mean, she was at the refectory.
Yeah, I mean, she was part of some special order, I think in the Catholic Church, that a counseling order, something of that. But she would come occasionally to the center. And but that was, like I say, 20, 25 years ago. And Anita Putalek.
Mm.
And she has passed on. Yeah.
So Jeff.
Yeah.
So in other words, she wasn't finding God in herself either.
I don't know about that, but Baba said you made one big mistake in your spiritual life. You have, what did I say? You have
put God in heaven.
Put God in heaven, and until you find him in everyone you meet.
Yeah.
Your religion. I once asked Esfandiar.
Really glad you shared that. Thank you.
I once asked Esfandiar. This is when he first came here. Are you able to see Baba in others?
Uh-huh.
And Esfandiar said, with I think it was Farshid interpreting, I have not yet attained to that high state.
I have not yet attained
to that high state. This is Esfandiar. Wow.
A long way to go, Jeff. For me. Okay.
Unless you have Baba's grace.
Yeah. What works best for me is to see Baba as others.
I know.
Like Baba in disguise.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Baba like Marvin Schaefer with his, his resting his hand on his face.
I know exactly. That's a remarkable divine play that he's put on. Right now, if you could see me, I'm on my treadmill. I haven't been exercising, so now I have energy.
Yeah. Well, we got to get Adrienne now. She's memorized the words. She's not, and let's get her while she's still fresh.
Thank you for that, because I feel when people talk about things like that, it's giving me and everyone listening a little bit of a push to make that more of a reality.
Yeah.
It's not so easy. It has to. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So here's this translation for this next poem. My translations are very, minimalistic. You are far from me. The heart of me is not with me. There is no other in my mind. In my mind, there is no other. I just repeated it for myself. To the heart of my dearest one, from these two worlds, I vow there is no other for my heart except you. This is Baba Tahir also. Andar saram nist be jan dilberom kaz har do alam har do alam tamanna جز دل برام جز دل برام جز دل برام نیست یا ای جان جز دل برام Jai Baba.
I understood every word too.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Adriana.
Oh, wow.
Woo. Just beautiful.
I had a question. Does Persian and Farsi mean the same, or they are two different languages?
Same. Iran used to be called Persia.
Right. So everybody in Iran speaks Farsi, is it?
Bale doroste. Yes. Everyone, that's the official language.
Right.
There are other languages spoken, dialects, like the northern part is Azeri or Turkish.
Okay.
There are Zoroastrians who speak Dari. And then there are other dialects, local dialects, various kinds, tribal dialects.
Yeah, like Farsi isn't everybody's first language, right? Fereshte?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more the official school language.
Yeah.
But Tehran and, you know, the Fars province and many provinces, they have the official language being Farsi. I mean, the mother language.
Sounds beautiful, though. I mean, it's fantastic.
I'm waiting for the day where, you know, the Iranian classical musicians who constantly sing Hafez and Rumi with their phenomenal, like Adrian has given us a beautiful sample. They are singing this stuff all the time. They just don't know they're singing it to Meher Baba at the current Advent. And once they find out, ooh, it's gonna be dangerous. I hope they get the whiff of this whole story of Meher Baba before, you know, 3/4 of them go bye-bye. So,
like Baba said, you guys will be pushed back. I mean, so, I mean, those he told Mandli, right, Jeff,
that you will not have a chance to even visit Samadhi or something. I mean, you'll be way behind, and you'll be pushed back when all the people in the world come to know about Baba.
Yeah. But like Eric said, find his tomb in your heart, and so you can always get a front row seat, you know.
Yeah, it's the only seat really worth finding.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Alan has been kind of, you know, shy and, you know, drinking violet over there.
Hey Jeff, Dinku had a question yesterday.
Yeah.
But she's not here today. But the question was to do with what do you call donating organs? I mean, things like that.
Donating organs?
After a person dies.
Yeah.
So she was wondering if there is any thing Baba has mentioned or anything Mandali said about such a thing.
No,
I mean, is right to
but
donate and stuff like that.
But Baba didn't, he said people could dispose of their body however they wished.
Mm.
You know, so we are looking for some brains over here at the center, if Prakash, if, you know, just.
How about brains and hearts?
Yeah. Well, we got the heart, but we need some brains. That's so all that you could donate would be fine. Alan, you got anything come up on your Rolodex?
Well, I just read this today. It's the working of the avatar, and I mean this just fascinates me. It says, can you guys hear me well? My voice?
Yeah.
Okay. The avatar's action on the gross plane is like the throwing of a main switch in an electric powerhouse, which immediately and simultaneously releases an immense force through many circuits, putting into action various branches of service such as factories and fans, trains and trolleys, and lights for cities and villages. An ordinary physical action of the avatar releases immense forces in the inner planes and so becomes the starting point for a chain of working, the repercussions and overtones of which are manifest at all levels and are universal in range and effect.
Mm-hmm.
So it literally, like, I can't get over this thing of like when I see videos of him, or you know, he moves his hand or his eyes or something, and I just feel this. Every time I see that, I just am impacted by his physical movement, and I guess that's part, you know, of just that's amazing. Just a single gross action on the gross plane is like the throwing of a main switch in an electric powerhouse.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of blowing my mind right now.
Well, if you imagine that the whole universe is really Baba's body, just like our body, you know, we wake up in the morning and we get everything going, you know, our mind starts going, our body, our heart starts, our feelings get activated. It's all kind of one big system. And then if you imagine the whole universe is just Baba's system, and a lot of it just happens automatically, just like our breathing and all of our blood flowing. We're not in there managing any of that or directing it. It just all happens. But then Baba reserves grace that he can kind of change things for the better. The law of grace supersedes the law of karma. So that's a beautiful thing. But, you know, just going back to something you said there, in the latter years, I don't know, it's probably Dr. Goer, but somebody gave Baba this exercise where he was supposed to, like, you know, move his arms from his chest out to out to his sides. I don't know if you can see it, but you know, and she, you know, so she went into his bedroom and he was on his bed doing that, and she had the thought, there's something else going on here. You know, it looks like Bob is doing these exercises and everything, but he's just sending love out. Just, you know, from his heart is going out to the whole world. And he would do this, you know, like he was following his physical therapist, but he was really, it was a disguised form. And she kind of saw into that, that he was really spreading his love all over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like when he pointed to his hip and he was like, to that physical, I don't know who it was he said it to, but he said like all of the universe's suffering is in this point, in this part of my hip. And I was like blows my mind again. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah, every little movement. That's why it's interesting, but they would be just mesmerized by just watching Baba. I mean, Imbalna too said even at the East-West gathering, or you know, some of these gatherings, they could not take their eyes off of Baba, because I'm sure that all, you know, universal things are happening. It's not just somebody's body moving around like ours. It's just such a deep resonance with every movement, you know.
What Darwin said that so beautifully in that Three Incredible Weeks film, that, you know, he said what he was seeing, he slowly realized that it was absolutely significant what was happening.
Yeah.
And then he concluded, he said the significance was divine love.
Yeah.
That's what Baba was giving out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think now that you were mentioning that about, you know, Baba and every movement, and I think, what am I trying to say? I would really love it if we showed more of Baba, like films, you know. We have so many activities going on, but more of Baba films would be really very lovely. You know that?
Yeah, even if we had excerpts of films.
We're always looking at each other. I want to look at Baba. I think I better start looking at Baba more.
No, that would be a nice little interlude to have some footage of Baba. And
I'm
then,
telling you, on Sundays, before I get onto the chat for Marinath, the times that I do go, they have Fetishta, you've seen it. Before you sign in, there's a whole reel of Baba, and I hesitate to even click in, as I'm just sort of like, oh, I think I want to just sit here and watch Baba. It's so beautiful. So yeah, okay.
I agree, you guys. We'll insert some Baba films because I think it is lacking. On Silence Day, I played something Baba
Maybe,
film.
you know what? Maybe when someone's performing, you could have a Baba, something behind them of Baba going. I don't know.
No, I think that Baba deserves full attention.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah. And
but you do know that YouTube is full of Baba films, right?
yeah, but there's something special too about all of us focusing on him.
Sharing it together, I know.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. That's a very good point. And I could just as soon get off here now and go and do that, but it's a blessing to be here with you all too. So.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually, just before you said that, Marilyn, I was just about to say that I came across this really amazing, it's like 10 minutes film of Baba that this guy, what is his name? Billy Fredericks? Robert Fredericks.
Yeah.
He put together Bob Fredericks that he put together Baba's final embrace, and it was before he gave his.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. The quality of the video is truly like I'm not kidding. I was in the middle of work, and I kind of took a break, and I stumbled across the video, and I clicked on it, and the quality of 1954. I mean, it's just like the quality of the video shook me so much so that I just immediately started weeping, because it was like I could just felt like he was right there, like I had just seen him yesterday.
Love you all. Good
Yeah.
night,
Did-
honey. Do
did-
you want
did
to
you all
show
see
it?
it?
Do you want
I
to
was
show
just
it, Alan?
I could, yeah, I wondered if I could
Bring
show
it on,
for-
as George Bush
Yeah,
said.
bring it on. Yeah, I missed it yesterday, Alan.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, I'll show it right now. I could just share
Yeah,
a
please.
screen.
Oh, it's the best, Baba's.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay,
That
just
is
one
great.
1 second here. I'll pull it up. This isn't my computer, so Adrian's got a lot more tabs up on this.
I have a lot of catching up to do with all these things that are coming out with Baba. I have to just, oh my God, get immersed in it.
All right, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just click on the enlarging the screen so we can
The final
see.
embrace. I don't know that I've ever seen it.
All right, I'm just gonna maybe mute everyone, but just let me
Yeah.
know if you can
Good
hear,
idea.
if you can hear this. Not yet. The music hasn't started yet.
Okay, did you remember?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. I'm gonna just mute everybody, just so. Jai Baba.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you.
So good.
Hey, Baba, thank
That was so beautiful. Thank you.
you. Now that Alan, was that at the time of the 3 Incredible Weeks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
So then I did see it. This was a different, Jeff, this was put together a little differently with the music. I never heard it. Didn't it seem, it was very, very dramatic with that music. Oh my gosh, Alan.
Bob is very talented. He can do wonders with film.
To show something like this at this particular time, boy, is this really profound. It really, it's like be ready for anything with Baba and just be surrendered to his will and know that whatever he does is for the highest benefit of all concerned. And I just wish and pray for us all to be able to hold on with 2 hands, Baba, 2 hands, and to never let go of thy Daman. No matter what, no matter what. Thank you.
Yeah.
This film reminded me of a little poem I had written a while ago.
Go ahead.
About
Yeah.
his embrace.
Mm.
Can I read it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's called Your Embrace. I have often wondered what it might be like to embrace you. You embraced me in a dream once, but now the memory of your touch eludes me. Was it like being taken into your being and for a moment forgetting who I am? Was it like flying with doves, mingling with pink clouds, or more like the embrace of 1,000 mothers when finding their lost child?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Beautiful. Thank you, Farishte.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pastor and John. Thank you.
You're beautiful. Afari, afari.
This is, Alan, this is some much clearer picture. I mean, parts of it you also see in another great movies which I really love, Meher Baba's Call. I know you all have seen that. But there was a time, when I was quite young and working here in the US in New Jersey, the work was so intense. And my family wasn't here, and I was the only guy and working day and night, late nights, and all that stuff. And after about 15 or 20 days, I just got 1 day break. And the only thing that really I could do on that day was to just watch Meher Baba's Call, probably about 4 or 5 times. And that movie, in that movie, you have scenes of what you have just shown now.
Yeah.
That would be nice to
yeah.
show. That would be very nice to see, yes. Thank you for that reminder.
I don't know if you guys saw, there was like Lud Dumpel and Fred Marks was the tall gentleman that Baba kind of brought down. And then your friend, Fred and Ella Winterfeld. So
Yeah.
I think that was Fred, wasn't it?
With the glasses.
With the glasses, yeah.
Oh, right.
Fred was
The one with less hair on the top, right? And the glasses, yeah. The short one.
Who is that very tall gentleman who cries? Who is?
Yeah, that's
breaks down. Who was that? I never knew who
it's
that.
now I got to remember his name. Konar Satarawala. I think it's something like Kohanur Satarawala, but I used to know because I used to see him in the early years. He had a couple of daughters too. he
And
ran
the
a
funny
hotel, huh?
word, Jeff.
Oh, he had a hotel called the Ripon Hotel in Mahabaleshwar, and Baba would stay there. And one thing that was interesting is Baba had him, have leaflets with him that he would keep in his hotel, and people would get it, and it would be there, and I think he would give them out, but people could help themselves to it, and and maybe months later when Baba came, he noticed that the brochures weren't there that that used to be there, and was it Cohen or Satarawala? Anyway, he said, Baba, I find them in the alley. People just take a picture of them and drop them on, in the alleys and the streets and everything. I just can't bear to see that. And Baba said, one day they'll even have my picture on matchbooks.
He said that?
They'll be, like Sai Baba on everything. But Baba didn't seem to mind that would happen, but that reminds me of another thing that Erich went out and contacted this must one time. I don't remember where, but he was known to always be standing on his head. So he would just be there in a room, I guess, standing on his head for years. And when Erich was bringing him to Baba, he happened to ask the man, why do you stand on your head? He said, there is no place where I don't see his face. So he didn't dare walk on the face of God. There's no place where I don't see his face. So he's standing on his head, so his feet are always never touching the ground.
How long
That's a terrible plight.
That for?
What's that?
How long did that go on?
I don't know, but that was he was known to do that for, I assume, years on end.
Jeff, his name is Kohyar.
Yeah, Kohyar. Satarawala. Yeah.
I just Googled it and
yeah. Kohyar, that's right.
Hey, Michelle, I'm not able to, for some reason, I'm not able to type anymore. It just makes this weird sound every time I try to type something. I'm not able to copy and paste the link of that video. I might have to leave the meeting and then come back. To see
you did copy and paste it.
There's an F at the beginning of it, so I can't, what is oh, wait a minute. Maybe I've got it. Who produced the film? Is it under Meher?
Fredericks.
It's a Bob Fredericks film?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just type in on YouTube like Meher Baba, the final embrace.
Oh, Huma. If I just go to Huma.
Final embrace, yeah.
He was the last decent person in Chicago.
Once he left, it was downhill. I thought that was Mark Palmer. Once he left, it was downhill from there.
There we go. Thank you.
Oh, gee, that's sweet.
Jeff, a question comes to mind, and we shouldn't have questions, but they do come. I'm wondering, this seeing God everywhere, is that, for us that are his lovers, does it mean seeing Baba's face everywhere? Does it mean much deeper level, knowing that Baba is everyone and everything? What do you make of that?
Well, there is a phenomenon of seeing Baba's everywhere you look. Everything turns into Baba's image. That is an experience. And even I asked Asfandyar when he would go into a state of communion with Baba, he would see the ocean of Baba's love. But if any form entered his consciousness, that form was always Baba. Every form becomes Baba. You know, telephones, trees, leaves, sunset, everything. But that's one particular thing. But I mean, actually, seeing and experiencing Baba, feeling his presence, doesn't necessarily have to have the visual, the visual effect, the visual manifestation. I mean, there are a lot of different ways of witnessing Baba, and I'm sure it just pertains to the nature of your heart. But there is such a thing as seeing God everywhere. You can even, if you're deeply in love with somebody, even that can happen, where you can see the image of that person everywhere.
So we project what the person who sees God everywhere, projects outwardly the reality that they are experiencing within. Would you say?
Yeah, but it could also be an inner experience. In other words, your imagination could be filled with images of Baba. And then you look outside and everything starts turning to Baba. Everything you look at turns to Baba's image.
I like what someone said in reference to this matter, which is that Baba is like the wind. You can feel him, but you can never see him.
Yeah, I mean...
it's 12 o'clock.
But it's beautiful that there are so many ways so many inroads to Baba and the experience of him. Some people experience Baba's fragrance. Some people, see him visually. Some it's just a pure presence. It's kind of wonderful. And the same person may see him and also experience his fragrance, or
some couple of times what happened to me, I hear his music, Baba's music from the Middle East, like 3 o'clock in the morning. Ding, 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 ding. He's playing this, the instrument that I forgot what is I forgot her name.
Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian's. But I hear that, and I hear a couple of other music, and I hear Baba's.
Yeah, it can be auditory, visual, formless. Yeah.
Wendy Haynes and Buzz and Wendy were here in Chicago. We had a Midwest gathering, and Wendy was talking, and she was wearing this necklace, and I swear it was there were 5 Baba faces, and when I got closer to talk to her, I was shocked to see it was just a bone necklace, but I swear it was 5 pictures of Baba on her necklace. I was like, wow. And then I was like, I was so dumbfounded. Like, when I got closer, it was like, wait a minute, I saw Baba's face, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I think you were there, Farishte.
Was that Minneapolis, when they were in Minneapolis? That intimate?
Maybe it was Minneapolis.
It was Minneapolis, because they haven't been to Chicago during the last 10 years that I know of.
It was Minneapolis, you're right.
Excuse me, Jeff, how do you envision divinity?
Sleeping. Good night, Jai Baba. Jai Baba, everyone.
Jai Baba, thank you.
Good night.
Taking off.
Yeah, we have to. It's 11. I got to work
Wait,
tomorrow.
I'll never get up for Artie.
I got to go to sleep. Yeah, me too.
There is something I wanted to ask though about I know Farshid is going to be speaking, I think, about Isfandiar coming up soon, right?
Yeah.
And I remember listening to him one time. He was describing the process of the meditation, and I think he was trying to tell us to visualize Baba here in the third eye and then in the Dell. And it's like brutal. It's hard to do that. Is that correct though? Did I hear him right?
You know, Marilyn, I don't know. I mean, Jeff, I think should answer this, but my personal heart feeling is that was something Baba gave to the Pramashram. And Baba had worked with them so intimately and closely and gave them that particular meditation. I don't know if Baba said, take that meditation and give it to others. Maybe he did. I don't know. But I just think we each have our own custom-made calling card to Baba, and he knows which heart wants to, he is us, and he knows which way he wants us to go to him. So that's my feeling.
Well, I try to, before I go to bed and throughout the day, look at Baba and, try to keep that face, within my own self. Sometimes he'll appear to me, but it's not very frequent that it really is a lasting image in my mind. But I maybe I have to, just sit down with him a little bit more, spend more time.
You're doing it all wrong, Marilyn.
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, God. I'm not supposed to be doing anything, do nothing.
Exactly.
Let Baba do it.
He knows.
All right. He does. I trust him. He knows exactly. So anyway, that was my 2 cents for the evening.
So Arang was asking, and maybe Alan can answer, how you envision divinity. Is that what you asked, Arang?
Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry. I just missed you. Pardon me. What was your question?
Say the question you just asked.
How do you envision divinity?
I'll let Alan answer that. And then that'll give me time to think about it.
Alan.
How do I personally, how do I envision divinity? No. I think I don't see Bob all the time, so I can't really describe what that's like to see divinity all the time. But from where I'm at, I have to connect with him through my my heart channel, and then I am there with him, and there's that fragrance of divinity, I would say, or that it feels like that's what's true, that's what's real, and it helps navigate. He's like the North Star. So that's, for me, that's I guess the closest I could say to envisioning. I don't really have another way I could say about it right now.
How do you define it? How would you define it?
Define divinity?
Yeah.
Meher Baba.
The Final Embrace film.
What I'd say is what happens is that you dissolve your being dissolves in Baba's being into a oneness.
Mm.
You know, you merge, but I think of it as a dissolving, and you just become so rarefied in in oneness with Baba.
Thank
And
you.
I think as of lately, because I've had to be so entrenched in work and being in everyday, you know, conversation and troubles with people all the time, that these questions, I feel it's harder for me to. I think about them less now that I have less of my own time, I get from work or something. I'm more like, Baba, how do I remember you? That's, you know, the main thing. Like, how do I remember you in the midst of all this? And not remember you, but, you know, I really am striving to be with him as much as possible, and in the midst of, and seeing, like I was saying, through the when Jeff was saying dissolving, it's like I feel this, like that dissolving process, like, yes, I can feel the anxiety, or I can feel the anger, I can feel the judgment, I can think these things, but then I'm looking at him inwardly, and then these things become like translucent, and he's dissolving the reality of those things, so it's not as concrete, as real, and that helps me get through my day on a moment to moment basis. Otherwise I would really, and it builds up, I feel it build up like debris, and if I don't keep doing it, I will succumb to the sanskaric. You're kind of like the bow, you know, like you pull back a bow and arrow, and it's like the bow just gets pulled back real far. And if I don't work with Baba in such a way, I think for me personally, then it all feels way too real and overwhelming and painful. So, yeah.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
One thing that I was taught, and I believe, and I understand, and I try to do to the best of my ability, is something that Bao mentioned to me in my heart, which is to put Baba before me in every situation, and act honestly and be of service, and don't have any self-seeking interest in it.
Okay.
How would you do if Baba was in front of you? What would you do if you were doing it to Baba? If you put that, if I put that, I will give my heart to it, and I think I would get the best result, and I'll leave it up to him, because he will have the power to direct me on what to do. I mean, that's my 2 cents on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think there's sometimes where it gets so overwhelming, you know, like where you find yourself in a heated argument, or you are having a panic attack, or you're, you know, just these life situations where you can't stop the waves of the crashing of all these, your mind being in complete chaos. And that's the part where, that's the time where even imagining these thoughts, you know, it's like I can talk about these things, like these grand things, you know, in my mind, it's like I remember these sayings of like, imagine if Baba was in front of you. And sometimes I'm like, I am feeling Baba there, but the essence of this energy, or this whatever it's happening, I focus it on him. Like I see his eyes, or I feel him. It's really like a center. It's like a vortex. It's a place in my heart where I have to focus all that, because you know, and sometimes it's very intense, you know, it's just like I can't imagine acting. It's like, for me, when I hear the terms of like, imagine, like what would you say, think thoughts that you, and do deeds that you would do in my presence. And sometimes oh, there goes my cat, Bella. Jesus. Sometimes there's moments where I just can't even hold on to that, because it's so overwhelming, and so I sort of have to like talk to Baba out loud, and that in terms of like, Baba, this is too much for me, I can't handle this. And then there's not usually a response, but it's like there's some sort of like dissolving. There's a clarity.
Baba, help me.
Yeah, like I cannot do this. I'm completely, this is it. Like, you know, like I'm overwhelmed. And usually it's not like a directive of like,
please, Baba.
I'm not, and usually I'm not hearing a voice or something, but it's like, it's just more like the situation, there is a resolution because the next words that I'm going to say, or the next thing that the way I act is kind of like I throw my trust onto him so much that he just is saying the next thing, and I wouldn't necessarily say that, you know, in that moment, in that heat of that moment, I was going to say something very mean, but what comes out in that very intense moment, that point of focusing on him, he changes the course instantly in that second.
That's wonderful.
So it's like a moment to moment, because, and that's what I feel like it's hard for me when, you know, Elizabeth says to, you know, ask Bob a question in the morning and then your day becomes the answer. It's like, me personally, I have to, it's sort of moment to moment because, yeah, it's just, I just feel very sensitive to the world and everything. And it's very hard for me to be.
That's where your intuition is the most important thing. Intuition and envision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Intuition, that's the strongest thing you got.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Well,
that's the
here is a message of Baba's. I thought I'll read this and then take off.
Me too. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my intuition to do the same.
So here it says, Baba says, divine love makes us as individuals true to ourselves and to others. It makes us live honestly, comprehending that God is infinite honesty. Divine love is a solution to all difficulties and problems. It frees a human being of all bindings. It makes us speak truly, think truly, and act truly. It makes us feel one with the whole universe. Divine love purifies the heart and glorifies one's being. So, Jai Baba.
Beautiful. I love that one. Thank you. Absolutely.
Thank you, Jai Baba. See you all tomorrow.
Jai Baba, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jai
Good
Baba.
night.
Thank you, Avatar, Meher Baba.
Avatar, Meher Baba ki jai. Thank you.
Avatar,
Have a good night.
Meher Baba ki jai.
Good night. Thank you for sharing, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for caring.
Final embrace. Thank you for everything. I love you all.